that can understand and generate more. You can use it to explain code. For example, if there's a piece of times it explains too much. ChatGPT can also help you learn and remember things faster. For example, you can give it some text and have it ask you a bunch of questions. It can also prepare you for job interviews. You can have it improve your resume, write a cover letter for you, and also interview you like an interviewer. Now, do you think ChatGPT is going to take your job? Let me know in the comments below. The reality is, whether you like it or not, ChatGPT is here to stay. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use it to get more creative and get things done a lot faster. I'll be showing you various examples for different programming languages, both for beginners and experienced developers. But before we dive into that, let's take a moment and understand how ChatGPT works. ChatGPT uses a type of artificial intelligence called a language model. A language model is a type of software that is designed to understand and generate human language. It does this by looking at a large amount of text data and learning the patterns and rules of a language. For example, if the language model is trained on a lot of English text, it will learn about the grammar and structure of English, as well as the meanings of words and how they are used in different contexts. Once the language model has learned about a language, it can then be used to generate text in that language. Now, ChatGPT provides different language models for different purposes. GPT-3 models, which are designed to understand and generate natural language like English, and Codex, which are specifically trained to understand and generate code. These models are trained on billions of lines of code publicly available on GitHub. They're mostly capable in Python, but they're also pretty good in a bunch of other languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript, Ruby, SQL, and more. Now, before we look at specific examples, remember, ChatGPT, like any tool, has limitations. It might sometimes generate incorrect, harmful, or biased information. So don't take whatever it tells you as a silver bullet. Don't use it to learn to code, because the code that is generated is not guaranteed to be right. It might be functional, but it might not be the best way to code. So in a nutshell, ChatGPT is a powerful tool that can help you be more creative and efficient, but it's not a substitute for human expertise and judgment. So that's the theory part. Now let's move on and see ChatGPT in action. So head over to chat.openai.com. If you don't have an account, sign up. It takes only a minute. Once you have logged in, you're going to see the main screen with an input box to talk to ChatGPT. There is also a Chrome extension and a desktop application available if you don't want to use the web interface. I'll put the links down below this video. Alright, now let's get to the fun part. Going forward, I'll be showing you various use cases for different programming languages. We'll start off with some general purpose questions that apply to anyone, regardless of the programming languages and tools they use. You will see how you can use ChatGPT to learn new things, write shell scripts, get commands, start a business, write legal documents, and so on. Once we cover the basics, then we'll dive into specific examples for front-end, back-end, and database development. I will show you examples using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, SQL, and more. Now here's my first question. What are the top 3 books for learning Java? Alright, as you can see, ChatGPT has given us a very comprehensive and another comprehensive answer. You can see that this book teaches you about object-oriented programming, Java fundamentals, threading and concurrency, GUI programming, and so on. Now we can also ask more general questions, like how do I become a front-end developer? So now ChatGPT is saying that to become a front-end developer, you need to know the basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You should practice building websites. Then you should learn a front-end framework like React, Angular, Vue, and so on. You should also know about version control systems like Git, GitHub, and so on. This is pretty much the same answer you will find in the next commands. You can easily find the final instruction you should use to solve that problem. What's beautiful about ChatGPT is that it also explains how this command works line by line. commands for us. For example, we can ask, how do I know how many lines of code I've committed to a Git repository? We can also use ChatGPT to get creative. For example, let's say you want to start a business. You can have ChatGPT generate app or website names for you. For example, we can say, I want to make a revolutionary online shopping app. Give me some good app names. So ChatGPT is suggesting names like Shop Ease, Swift Cart, Streamline, and so on. I think this list is pretty damn good. Now, these are just some example prompts. You don't need to use the exact same wording to talk to ChatGPT. You can ask any questions you want in your own way. Now, if you have used this tool before, let us know in the comments below the interesting questions you have asked so we can all learn and inspire. We can also ask ChatGPT to write contracts for us. Here's an example. I want to hire a graphic designer to design a website. We've agreed that they will deliver the first draft